I don't understand.
You don't want to get mixed up with a guy like me. I'm a loner, Dottie. A rebel.
Hey everybody, this is Tyler. I'm just doing a quick little tire change video on the Atom. Right now I do have the 555 Street Pro 2 on, and I'm going to swap back to the 555 Enduro. So yeah, I figured I might as well make a little video. I'm going to try to kind of just keep it running the whole time just because, I mean, I don't want to do a whole bunch of editing. And yeah, you can see the whole process of exactly how I do it. Probably the only times that I'll really like pause it is if I have to move the camera somewhere, or if I screw up really bad, and just start up from there. So let's get into it. So here we have the beautiful Atom with all my goodies on there. Missing rear grip tape right now because I'm waiting for it to come in the mail because I swapped out to a Cush High. I'm also going to be changing my front setup next week as well when the mail comes. So main tools, I got this little guy, love it. A valve stem remover, and this is the guy for the hub bolts. So let us just get into it. We're gonna start with just kind of disassembling everything. I do always recommend these little magnetic things for all your screws. They come in really handy. I'm just gonna put that right there. So let's roll. We're gonna start with, let's see, removing the fender deletes. These are the ones that are custom printed from my boy Brian, Ted, if you will, on Discord. Just removing things. I'm not trying to race, but I'm also trying not to dick around either. I'll probably have music playing a little bit in the background because otherwise it's going to get really boring. So, kind of just removing the top screws right now. This tool makes life so much easier. My buddy Casey Bem showed me the way. All right, so we have these beauties. Good job, Brian. He's actually sending me another variation. I did have to file. I guess, Brian, that's a good point for me to show you what I did file. This part right in here. Front, it did brush a little bit, but it doesn't anymore. So it's kind of a rare thing. Ew, it's gooey. Must have ran something over. Just kind of putting things off to the side. All right, let's see. Let's get the Cush High off the back. I'm gonna move these tools just so I don't lose them. All right, Cush High. And I mean, I could flip this over, but okay, fine. I suppose. The amount of times that I flip my board over when I'm doing a change is ridiculous. And there is a way that I prefer, like, my method, but then I do tend to forget what it was. I'm like, wait, what side did I take off first? Was that my bumper? Was it my foot pad side? Big old long screw there. That's one nice thing is the hardware is very, I think it's only like really besides the axle bolts from the top of my head, I think there's only two that I need to remove. Something's still holding this on. Come on, foot pad. Oh, no, we're good. I forgot it was just my new foot hook. Here, I'll show you what I did here. I just want to make sure I'm not losing any screws. Okay. So for my foothold here, these are from One Wheel Parts. I just connected on the bottom. I trimmed things back a little bit, put some washers in there, tighten that up good. But yeah, still waiting for my grip tape that comes hopefully in a couple days. So we're done with that. This is just a chill video. Sometimes these long ones kind of get in my way, so what I'll do is I'll take one of these, find my hole on the other side, push it up. Boom, little trick. Got my long boys out of there. So now, theoretically, these should just slide out, these bang bumpers. Oh, yeah, that's right. I think. I'm just holding you in there. There we go. And then there is the bang bumper. These screws you don't need to take off if you have bangs on, because those hold your little metal clips that comes with your bangs. That threw me off for sure. I didn't even know they were there. I'm like, why is this not working very good? Wipe off, you know, the grime. And now we can go to the front. Let's see. Again, you can leave these two closest on because those are what holds everything together. For the bang bumper itself, and be careful because now your motor connector cable is there, so I'm just kind of being mindful of that. Pop this one out. Just trying to be mindful so I don't lose screws, because that's never a good time. Yeah, got it. All right, so again, yeah, we leave those two. I'm gonna see if I can just nicely slide that off. Front bang, again, you do have those little metal tabs that these screws hold into place. Put that out of our way. Let's remove a foot pad. Always be careful with that. The little connector. And ta-da! If you guys are curious about what the backside looks like, it looks like that. All right, Tyler, slow down so you don't fuck things up. Let's think. Okay, I'm gonna disconnect the controller. That's just this guy right here, so you guys can see. I'm just unthreading that. Thread. That's always the awkward one for me, just because this cable's snug, so you have to kind of gently but wiggle it out. There we go. All right, we are cruising along. Got the foot pad off, we got the connector for the controller box disconnected. Make sure things are nice and clean up here. Look at how beautiful that controller box is. I think literally the top shelf of the top shelf. He killed it right there. Good job, Tony. All right, so now all that I think we need to do is remove these hub bolts, which is gonna be this guy. Let me grab a tool from my toolbox. Of course, I thought I had everything. Sorry. Should be that guy. All right, so I'm gonna slow down a little bit here. I don't like risking anything. So, loosen. Loosen. I hate when the freaking bolt gets stuck into your tool. There we go. Going around to the other side, I'm doing the same thing. Loosen. Sorry, it's probably the boring side. This is almost done. That sucker is on there good. Always make sure your hub bolts, holy shit, are on good. Putting some, there we go. I had to get some leverage. All right, so now, my hub bolts that I have in here are not the ones that came with it. Obviously, they have TFL rails. I'll show you. Mine are too long, but the excess just kind of goes into the center of the hub. So, and then mine have these like overextended I don't know, ends, I guess, whatever. I just deal with it. It doesn't bother me at all. They stick off a little bit here, but I'm okay with it. And now we're gonna try and see the fastest way to do this. I feel like we're making good time. We're 9 minutes in and I just started doing it. The beautiful squeak. Okay, so now I only have 2 bolts holding everything together. Let's see, what you can do too is it does work pretty nice to just do this. Lift a little bit of weight off the board itself. I'm just kind of lifting a little, and that can help you. All right. And if I recall correctly on the Atom, these axle bolts are just resting when I remove things, so yeah, it shouldn't drop. I don't think. Which is nice. The last screw, sorry, I'm trying to be quick because you can't even see anything happening. I'm just removing a hub bolt. It's almost done, got it. 4 of 4. So now I should be able to just lift the board up, right? Let's find out if I'm right. I'm not right. What the hell did I do wrong? Hang on, I'm thinking, what the hell did I do wrong? Or not do wrong, but what am I missing? What the fuck? I don't know, do I have to remove? I'm removing rails. Because I'm very confused by that. I was thinking that would just... Right, these are just the rail bolts. My brain was thinking that I'd be able to just pull it right up. All right, this rail is going to be loose now. I'm very confused why that didn't just let me lift up. Or maybe it will now. Maybe I just had to have one off. Yeah, I just had to have one off. Be very careful with your cables. Okay, so I guess I had to have one rail off. Oh, that probably just needed the wiggle room. Okay, sorry, that was a little bit of a mix-up on my end, but that's kind of how it goes. Like, you start doing these things, and especially when you're recording, you're trying to be going at a decent pace. All right, so there is that baby. We don't need this right now. We are going to now... Always be careful with your power cable. Be careful with all your parts. I don't have to remove these axle blocks, which is awesome. People are having a little bit of a hard time like accessing their valve when they're airing up their board. Just get WTF rails. And the angle of the W lets you get right in there. So, deflated, she's good to go. I'm gonna move the camera. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stop recording. We'll see how badly I fuck this up. Okay, should be good. So if I put you like so. All right, let me grab my hub. So I typically break the motor cable side first. I put that little green rug underneath there just to be mindful so I don't scratch it up. There, just like that, your first side is broken the good way. Be careful again for your motor cable. And nice and easy, boom. We're cooking with oil now, they say. So we're done with that. And the one thing I didn't get ready yet, damn it, Tyler. I didn't grab my removing tools, but they are right here. Got them already. Am I making good time? I've done this at least a couple times. So, handy little tool, you just put this thing on the hub lip itself. Make sure, okay, that's good there. Should be safe. You want to go to the side that the cable is not on. Don't bring your cable through. That's how you can tell which side the correct side is. So I just get that started. Let's just rest in there, get my other one. Eventually. And then just use a little bit of leverage. Just using my thumb. So close. Oh, I was doing so good. I lost it. Second try. Oh my God, that thing's awkward to get out now. Bear with me, I'm not perfect, okay? Good thing this thing has a rope on it. Just trying to... This might be the part where I pause it, because I'm fighting with this. All right, 1 second. All I'm doing is trying to get this out of there. Not gonna lie, the thing kicked my butt. Just trying to like pull this thing back out from the little opening, but I did get it. Start all over. I'm gonna slow down a little bit because I was definitely rushing, and that's probably why I didn't get it on the first try. So I'm just starting with that right there. There we go. So I just use my thumbs and I give it a good push while I'm grabbing with this and pulling it towards me. Made it. And now that thing pulls out nice and easy. It's a little bit of pain in my butt. All right, let me think. How am I doing this? Careful for connectors. Okay. Let's get this much slack. There we go. So get it most of the way, and then all you do, push down a little bit right there, boom. Okay, so now I have to remember, that came off this way. I want to make sure I don't put my new tire on wrong. Okay, that way, where's my F's? That's the goat. We're not putting the goat on there. So, slow down, think, okay. So now we're putting this guy on. I got my valve stem on this side. This is my favorite stuff. It's called bull snot. You spray it on the lip a little bit. And then I'll get a little bit on this side just in case. All right, that was the part that kicked my butt just a little bit because of that damn plastic thing. So now we're gonna rest that like so. And then now the angle. You don't wanna go straight down, that's stupid. You don't wanna go too far. All you do is just get about angled like this and kind of rotate it. See, boom. If you kind of rotate the tire as you're pushing down, that helps. Make sure my connector's good. Yep, she's good. And then I just take my knee, push down a little bit. Boom. All right. Connector is still nice and safe. Good. So there we are. We're at a checkpoint. The new tire is on. Over to the air compressor we go. I'm literally sweating from trying to get that damn plastic thing out of the tire. I swear that was the only time it's ever fought with me. All right, now we're going to set a bead. Or two. Got my little air compressor. Put my valve stem back in. part's boring, just getting that threaded in there a little bit. All right. All right, I just put the valve stem back on. So now we have a tire with a valve stem in it. Here's my trusty air compressor right there. That's what I use. All right. All right, and now we pop some beads. Boom. Scary noises, oh my goodness. All right, bead is set on both sides. I'm removing a bunch of air again. Might as well just put it back on. I just don't want a bunch of air in it at the moment. I find it easier to work with without it. All right, so now we're moving the camera back. Oh, I almost knocked my camera over. That would have been a bad time. Okay, we're back over here. Things look pretty good and lined up. Mostly. We go, sorry. So now we have the new tire on. And this is the Enduro 555. Now let's reassemble our board. Let's think here. Did I put it on the right way? I damn well better have. Yeah, I did. Grabbing my board. Sorry, I'm thinking here. Do I gotta flip you around? Yes, I think I do. Because, let's see, that's not right. Sweating now. That should be all I needed to do, right? I'm just double checking to make sure my tire is the right way. I think it is. Pretty confident until I put it together and I scream for rushing. Okay. So now let me think here. Which route do I want to take? I should have mapped this out before I was recording. It fucking hurts something doing it that way. Don't do that. This is my brain fart right now. Sorry, I'm just visualizing. How the fuck did I even... Swearing. Sorry, shouldn't do that. Maybe I just need to get you wrapped around. Okay, so you have to go over there first. Okay, that's... I'm sorry, I got it. I had to get that cable underneath. I'm just kind of finagling things around. So I'm just basically getting the back rail, or the rail closest to me, lined up first, just so there's a little bit of stability. And then we'll get the other rail on. I'm barely threading it. I'm just putting it like halfway. Grab my second one, just to get it started. Spin that on. Yeah, right now I definitely would not put stuff on tight or snug. We're just trying to get it so the board's not going to be moving around. I feel bad when I'm doing the part right. You guys can't see what I'm doing, but Don't know what to tell you. I might as well get our connector back in. Let's see. This is the awkward part as well. Come on. And don't force things. Do not force things. Where's my mark? I could have swore there was a mark on this plastic. Yeah, right there. Okay, I found my mark. So on the plastic, it's kind of hard to see, but I'm trying to tilt. I'm just plugging this in. On your black piece, there is like a little mark on the that shows you where the little slot should line up. That's what I was not seeing. But let's see, make sure she's in good. If we start threading. So I should be good there. Yeah. This is just me putting on the connector for the controller. Put it on tight too. You don't want that thing coming loose. Okay, so now I should be okay to tilt up this way. We're going to put a rail back on. And you want to be careful. Don't pinch your battery cable. You do not want to pinch this in here. That's a bad time. You want it running just underneath the cable. This is the bottom side of the board. So now, I'm being really mindful of that cable. We're good. Okay. Just barely starting. If you had the right size screw, you wouldn't have to screw nearly as much as I am. That's what she said. Again, we're not super tightening. We're just getting it where it needs to be. So shit's not wiggling around all over on us. Okay, so now we have our hub bolts loosely back on. Like I said, not tight. Now I have to reattach the rail to the battery box and the controller box. Right there. Let's see, are you please don't be a different size screw. I don't think you are. No, you're not. All right, just finding the screws I want to put in their places. Should be 4 of them, 2 in the front. And again, don't over tighten things because you're still gonna have to wiggle around the back. And if you have these front ones like super tight, it just makes your job harder. Give it a little bit of wiggle room. You feel that, like see right there, it did not feel right. I stopped. That one I'm not liking. Let's go back here, we'll come back to that one. That's what you want. See how nice and smooth that one went in there? And if I remember correctly, that front one I think was a pain in my ass in the past. There we go. See? You be a little patient. If you feel it stopping before it's supposed to stop, you stop. You do not force that through. You do not force it. So you give yourself a bad evening and then a bad day. So now these can be nice and snug now. Just like so. I'm not going overly tight, but I don't want them to not go anywhere. We are getting there, guys. 13 minutes, really? Okay, I'm kind of impressed. I suppose I could thread these on a little bit more. Am I really at 13 minutes? Did I miss something? Not toot my own horn. All right, now we just have to put our foot pads back on, the bumpers. This is kind of another part where I always kind of like, wait, which way do I want to go first? We are gonna start with front foot pad. Just nicely rest that up. And what's nice right now, like I have full access everywhere. Spin that till, yep, it nicely goes in. Wiggle it. I always kind of tighten it a little bit and then you push again. That's the way to do it. All right, I got my foot pad connector nice and snug. Okay, let's think. I should be okay to just are those? Yeah. So I'm just making sure there's nothing underneath that I needed to do. So all I'm doing now is I'm gonna screw back on my front foot pad. And again, not overly tight. Give yourself your wiggle room. Okay, that one. Now, gonna flip her over. Okay. Grabbing my front, and I'm just gonna line up these little metal pieces from this. This should line up nice and easy. Make sure I'm not losing the eye. There we go. So you just line those up, kind of feel around. You'll kind of feel when it starts. There we go. So right now it's just gonna slide right in. I'm gonna kind of give her a little love tap. Now, long one up here. It caught, and I'm, again, not going all the way because I want wiggle room in case I need to shift things a little bit. Am I doing okay, guys? I hope I'm doing okay. I'm not gonna lie, it is a little stressful to be like, oh, a little bit too tight. Like not wanting to do any edits and like not screw up and... Okay. Now those are all in, so I can go ahead and... All right, so we have the front assembled. Before we go any further, we can just like hand test to make sure things are working. So power on. Things look good. Test that one, test that one. As you can see, left, right, good to go. Power everything back off. Now, we are gonna put the rear one on. Okay, shit, don't want that yet. I want my actual foot pad. So, again, just get stuff started. Don't want to overdo it, especially with the cushions. They're a soft material. Okay. Flip. And again, you just start sliding it on, you'll feel, you know, getting its little groove. Now, tightening on these screws, I already had them resting in there. That's where it's fun. Catch. There we go. Again, I don't want to go overly tight. Our long ones go here, and our other long one goes here. Again, not too tight. Again, not too tight. Okay. Yeah, all right, so we can tighten them all up now. Okay. Oh, getting old. I'm in my 40s, believe it or not. Sounds hard to believe, but... Oh, shit. Slow down, slow down. I think I need to add a little bit of air. Yeah, this thing's too wide. Give me a second. Air pump. This thing comes in handy. So like, I don't need to add a lot, just trying to add some to give the tires some shape. See, right now when I'm giving it some air, it's pulling in the sides because it wants to grow this way. It's not trying to grow that way. So that should help me with my clearance. I'm just gonna put like 7 PSI in it just so. Dang it, I just all in order. There we go. Oh, that's smart, Tyler. It's at 5, 5.5. I think 6 should be fine for what I need it for right now. Yeah, I'm just trying to give the tire some shape because when I tried to put this in, the splash guard was like hitting, and I don't want that, obviously. Still might have to add some more. It's definitely brushing right now. I've not put the 555 on with, or the Enduro on with these yet. I have with the Street Pro. I think it should be fine. You know, I guess we're gonna find out. So she's brushing at 6 PSI. I guess I'm gonna have to put more in before I know for sure that these fender deletes from Brian are compatible with the 555 Enduro, because they definitely are with the 555 Street Pro 2. It's almost there. All right, the moment of truth. Please don't brush. Okay, we're not brushing. Oh, a little bit. Just trying to look and see. Where are you brushing? I'm gonna have to do some testing around and see if Brian's, as you can see, like, not a lot, but it is a little bit of brush. But you know what, I've solved the brush before. I have had this tire on before as well. So we'll figure that out. That's its own thing. We're not dealing with that in this video. So now we want to tighten up our I'll write in the comments too. If this is, I do have another fender delete from another guy, but it does not have the splash guard. I'm kind of thinking that's what's causing this, is the splash guard. Brian, if you're watching, I know you are because I'm going to send it to you, but at the end here, I'll just give like a little show. So I'm at 10.5 PSI. Okay, there's that one. This is really just kind of a hangout, isn't it? Oh my God, I hate when your tool gets stuck. There we go. And then tighten this one. I kind of go do the whole back and forth thing. But I promise here, I'm going to show you guys the other, I mean, at least my worst case scenario fender deletes. They are really good. The thing I love about Brian's, I mean, these do fit so nicely. I'm not brushing in the back at all, like not even a little. So yeah, I'm almost positive that it's just brushing on the splash guard. I'm loosening that like an idiot. Dang splash guards. And just making this clear, it did not really brush on the Street Pro 2. It did, I noticed for like maybe a couple miles, and then I noticed it was completely gone. And that is definitely not brushing on the back. We're good back there. What am I looking for? Where's your brain, Tyler? How the fuck am I missing? Oh no, I'm not. Sorry about the swear words. I thought I was missing a screw and I was gonna get really mad. The valve cap cover was hiding it. All right, so we are back in business. I now just have to figure out, God, hear that? Just a little bit. I might have to remove this and file it down a little bit. If so, I don't think very much at all. Because yeah, just the littlest little. So yeah, that is how to do a tire change on the FloatWheel Baby Doll Fine Atom. Wait, something just happened. Oh, I got impatient, that's what happened. Oh, I'm getting a little bit of a stick. Look at it, we got a real-time issue. I don't know why my right is sticking right now. I pushed right there and it's sticking. Yeah, there have been some other people that have said that they've noticed. Let me see if it's just this outside part. Yeah. That's something to make note of. Yeah, I did it right here. For a minute I was doing all over the place and it wasn't doing its stick. Good thing that I am actually replacing that next week, but still kind of bothersome. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it'll be, and then it just decides it's going to stick that time. I'm curious if, sorry, I'm gonna toy around with that. I'm gonna look and see on my float control if it's showing that it's activated still, or if that light's just doing a lag. You know what? I can probably find out right here. Let's get risky. Let's make it stick. Yeah, I have simple start on. That light just might be lingering. I don't know. Because I should only need one of my sensors. Yeah, see there? Sorry, this video turned into me troubleshooting something. So I have it set where as long as it's called simple start. So all you need is one side activated for the first like second or whatever. So if I do this just on this side, see, activated, we're good. And then if I make it turn blue and stick, and then it's not activating. So that's kind of telling me that this is not activated. Oh, goodness. So that's interesting. It's just the light is staying on. Because then I do it on this side. All right. So on that note, I'm definitely gonna ping some of the other beta homies and kind of show them that, because I think that's kind of telling. So this is, I guess, this is like an added thing. Did the tire change, blah, blah, blah. It's only the right side that's holding that lingering blue bar, but when I go to level my board, it does not activate the board, so that's telling us that it's not, I don't think it's a sticking sensor. It's just a glitch maybe in the matrix, but that's for you guys. I'm better at this shit, so that is a tire change. Sorry, I'm rambling on the FloatWheel, excuse me, Atom baby doll. Yeah, I'm gonna figure that out, get this all ready, figure out where it's rubbing, try to trim that back a little bit. You guys have a good rest of your day, and yeah, take care, ride safe. We'll see you next time.